Good morning. Um, this may be one of the shortest videos I'm going to do, but good morning. Now, let me just go a bit straight to the point today um, about the thoughts I have in my mind. I'm speaking to couples today, people who have been married, and especially those who have had the challenge of separation and sometimes divorce. You can't avoid crisis in marriages. You just can't. Okay. The person who created marriage didn't create marriage to be perfect. Let me give you one fast example. In the very first book of the Holy Book that I read, called the Holy Bible, God was saying something very significant that we do not really look at a lot of times. He said that He formed man out of the dust, but He put man to sleep. Hear this well. He put man to sleep and then opened his side to pick up one rib to form the woman. And God closed that side. He formed a man, formed him in full shape, and, let me borrow a word, deformed him. Deformed him to make a woman his wife. Meaning the completeness of that man is with his wife. God didn't put another rib where He removed that rib from. He closed the side. He removed the rib, made him incomplete, and closed the side, so that the man will not by himself be complete, but with his wife. Now, what we're trying to do sometimes is to return the woman to the side of her husband to make him complete again. It's going to take a process. It's going to take a process of operation again, which is the life you now live with yourselves to try to metamorphose into a body. It takes time for gold, for raw gold, to become the gold that you see that is beautiful. It goes through pain. It takes time for the butterfly that you see to be very beautiful to become butterfly. It's gone through one level before, called the caterpillar, very ugly caterpillar, but was refined with time, with pain, to become the beautiful butterfly that we see. So where we have problem is where we try to blend with ourselves and we think that it should be easy. No, it shouldn't be easy to blend. It should be difficult to blend, because it must be painful for gold to become beautiful. Now, let me speak about this separation that we always... What causes separation? I just told you. We're trying to blend, but in the course of trying to blend with ourselves, we think that, no, don't let's blend so easily. let's blend. No, don't let's blend in the difficult way. Let's blend as if it's so easy to do. No, it's not so easy to do. It's tough. You're coming from two different backgrounds. Guess what? Even twins who were born in the same home, a lot of them don't behave the same way. Don't. They have differences. Paul and Peter Okoye, I believe that's their name, P Square. They are fighting. They're twins. They were not fighting until they were married. Shh. I didn't say that. I'll come to that some other time. Okay, so separation, divorce. You know, it's been said from research that between 80 to 95% of those who have gone through divorce, separation of some form of disruption in marriages always come back to say, I regret that decision. 95%, nearly 95% of everyone who's gone through divorce or separation says, I wish I'd made another decision. I wish I'd taken another route instead of the one that we went to. We just destroyed the marriage like that and moved on. I should ask you, especially for those who have children, how far can you go for someone else? And don't especially some not, I'm trying to use the right word, okay, to be fair, to be nice, some non-truth speaking people, non-truth speaking people will say, she wants to kill me, he wants to kill me. Hello, relax. That's just deceit to get your way. Relax. Nobody's killing nobody. Before anybody is killed somebody, a lot has gone wrong that should have been corrected. A lot. So let's go back to the position of correcting some things instead of going so far to say, Obama, she will kill me, he will kill me, she will kill me. Don't give me that now. Let's talk about something else, all right? So, how far can you go for your children? We make one terrible mistake in life. Terrible. Let me bring us back to it. You see, life evolves. I'm here, I've got a son, I've got daughters. I had a father. I knew my father, but I didn't get to see my grandfather. I didn't get to see my father's father. But most likely, my father, who's now late, most likely knew his grandfather too, but didn't know his great-grandfather. So, I'm going to be asking myself some questions today and say, I knew my father, I have my grandfather's pictures, but I don't know him. How can you be too sure? You saw someone's picture, you believe it's your grandfather. How can you be so sure? You can't be so sure. It may not even be. Well, just trying to crack your brain a bit. Okay, so your grandfather also had a father and grandfather and great-grandfather, and it just keeps going back until we are at Adam and Eve, right? Good. So now the question is, the posterity, those who have gone ahead of us, we are their own future. We are their own posterity. We are their own future. They are the ones living. Now, they left something behind. And we are the ones they left behind. I believe that's understandable, right? Now, let me go back a bit more. My son can ask me now, I see I know my father so well. I knew him so well that I could still feel I could touch him. But my son He's asking questions about him. He doesn't know him. Right? But he existed. Not in my brain. I saw him. I know him. I knew him. So, but I have to pass a message about him, tell a story about him to my son and my daughters. Right? Tell the story about my mom to my daughters. They've heard stories. But they are the future of those people. So your own future are your children. I want to repeat it. Your own future are your children. Because if you do not have a future, you are useless today. If you do not have a future, you're useless today. You can as well just jump into the lagoon. And let's know how many of us are left behind. So, how far can you go to make sure that your future is well formed? How far can you go? How low can you bend? How bent over can you bend? How humble can you go? Just to make sure that your future is well formed, is stabilized. It is selfishness that is killing a lot of marriage. I've been there, so I'm not speaking like a, what's that word now, like one perfect human being. No, I'm a man who's gone through also. So how far can you go to make sure that your children are stabilized? Your children, be sure about this, your children prefer that you fight if you must fight than to go each other's ways. They don't want you apart. They want you together. Go and fight if you want to fight. Come back and resolve and move. Let's move on. But for the two of you to go here and then go, that goes there. Do you know what? The number one reason for drug abuse among youths is unstable family. Have you found out? Unstable family. Number one reason. So you're jeopardizing the life and the future of your children just for you to win a battle. Whoa. To win an argument. Hold on. It doesn't matter the woman you marry in life. I'm speaking to men. Men, so women, close your ears. It doesn't matter the woman you marry in life. You will always have to understand and be patient with any person called a woman. You must be patient as a man, very patient. You must borrow from three things I always talk about. Either you ignore, forgive, or you overlook. Just choose one. Always choose one. Ignore, forgive, or overlook. Ignore is, I see it, it's alright, I'm not taking action, you're human. Forgive is, I see it, it's painful, I don't like it, but it's alright, I forgive you. Ignore, it's as if you didn't say it. Overlook, go beyond it. Just climb like this. Overlook, I see it, but I'm not doing anything. Ignore, I'm not seeing it. The less you see, the more you live well. The less you see, the more you live well. Forgive naturally. Just, I see it is painful, it's paining me, it's whatever, but just let it be. I'm not doing anything about it. Just let it be. All right. So, I'm trying to do some other things while I'm doing this simply. So, How far can you go? It's the question I'm asking. For your children, how far can you go? A lot of people want to be like, Jesus. Forgive. When they slap you in one ear, give them the other ear. Nobody has ever done that. Nobody's done that yet. When love your neighbors, pray for your neighbors, love those who hate you, despise you, love those who maltreat you. He just keeps saying that. Everyone say, yeah, I want to be like Jesus, but nobody wants to do that. Nobody. But we are not really God, yeah, but we're not really living God's way until we are actually able to do just what God says. This is what I want you to do. And He's not going to ask you to do something if He didn't think that you could do it. That's the beauty of God, really. He's not going to ask you to do it if He didn't think you could do it. No, He won't ask you to do it. Alright? So, are we going to secure our future by just taking care of today, or we're going to just destroy the future and win today? Win. Didn't bring two families together. The wife's family and the husband's family, to unite them. Yeah, that's not what you're doing. What you're doing is creating a third family. Husband's family is one family, wife's family is one family. You created a third one. They don't have to know themselves. They don't. A lot of women say, oh, you're a virtuous woman. The woman in Proverbs 31. Hello? The woman in Proverbs 31, I didn't see any record of her father, his mom, his sister and brother and whatever. The picture you have there is of a man, his wife, his children. Their children, their home. Nobody else was recorded there except that the man was mentioned, I believe in verse 6 or verse 7, that he was sat at the gate with the elders. Elders would now be another association where the top man in the country, the type of a senator or whatever, that kind of thing. That's the only record you have. So you really want to be a Proverbs 31 woman? Get off all this. My dad said, my mom said, my kiniko said. No respect. I have no respect at all for saying that. So many relationships have been destroyed on the ground of my father say, my mother say. You're married, but your father say and your mother say, and you bring that into your home. You're rude to your husband. You're rude. And Mr. Man, a lot of times I hear sissy guys. Sissy, really. If you're not ready to be married, you're still mommy's boy. Oh boy, stay with mommy now. Marry mommy. Why do you have to be married and yet mommy still has something to do in your home? Mom has a word to say in your home. You should be man enough. If you're not man enough, don't marry. But then, if you're not man enough, your wife can help you to be man enough. Don't know why you marry. Don't give room for necessary your home and then destroy it from life. You want to win an argument. Use the argument. Use the argument. But blame your wife.